Greetings, Boogie fans! Michael here, and welcome to the long-awaited start of the playoffs for MandJTV's Metronome League. Before we dive into the playoff matches, though, let's do our usual recap of last week's matches. First was the 2-4 Leaf Guardians versus the still undefeated Bolt Strikers. A win for the Leaf Guardians would guarantee them a playoff spot, but they weren't able to pull it off. The Bolt Strikers got the advantage early and kept it the entire battle, defeating the Leaf Guardians with 2 Pokemon left standing. Next was the 2-4 Hive versus the 2-4 Entry Hazards, and the winner was guaranteed playoffs. The Entry Hazards got ahead early, but then Gold the Hitmonchan brought it back for the Hive KOing 3 Pokemon by itself. The Hive won the match with 3 Pokemon left standing. Next was the 0-6 Dragon Knights versus the 5-1 Shadow Storm. Thanks to a landed Horn Drill from Mr. Prime, then later a Misty Explosion from Frosting, the Dragon Knights got the advantage. The nail in the coffin came right after the explosion, a Perish song from Sprinkles. The Dragon Knights could switch around to stop it, but the Shadow Storm could not. The Dragon Knights held on until the song played, giving the Dragon Knights their only win of the season with 2 Pokemon left standing. Finally was the 3-3 Mist Mavens versus the 4-2 Intimidation. This battle was the most evenly matched of the season, with each side exchanging strong hits and KOs. Eventually it came down to just Bermuda versus a shell-smashed Thanatos. After Thanatos barely survived an attack, it fired back with a cross chop that decimated Bermuda, giving the Intimidation an extremely tight win with 1 Pokemon left standing. The Week 7 MVP is absolutely Gold the Hitmonchan for the Hive. The Hive battle was a must-win, since I'm pretty sure they would have been screwed by differential tiebreaker if they had lost. But Gold's fantastic performance when it counted the most was able to carry the Hive into the playoffs. Here are the final regular season standings. The Dragon Knights were already out of the playoff picture, and the team joining them is the Leaf Guardians, since they lost the differential tiebreaker to the Entry Hazards. This final seeding results in this playoff picture. The Bolt Strikers and Shadow Storm earned a rest week and will not play today, so today's matches are the Intimidation versus the Entry Hazards, and the Mist Mavens versus the Hive Unlike the regular season, these matchups will be best 2 out of 3, and differential does not matter anymore. All that matters is getting 2 battle wins before your opponent does, so we'll probably see fewer, if any, differential preserving switches. That should cover all the intro stuff, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications, and let's dive in to the first round of playoffs for MandJTV's Metronome League. Our first match is the 6-seed Entry Hazards versus the 3-seed Hive Both of these teams had rougher starts, but kicked it into gear later in the season enough to make it in the playoffs, especially the Intimidation, which finished the regular season with a 5-2 record, the same record as the 2-seed Shadow Storm. The Shadow Storm just had a bit of a better differential. The Intimidation led with Xamdur and Springbok, and Xamdur moves first, gets Weather Ball, will be a normal hit, as no weather is currently active, and it hits Abdonis. Abdonis and Mr. Dime. Oh, it's a crit! Oh, that's unfortunate for Abdonis. Didn't like taking that critical Weather Ball. Simple Beam from Springbok. Abdonis will be losing no guard, and instead will get Simple. As a reminder, Simple makes it so all stat changes that occur to the Pokemon are doubled. Heal Pulse from Mr. Dime does nothing. So the turn is wasted, and Extra Sensory from Abdonis. Who's it on to? It's on to Springbok. That's super effective. Springbok holds on though, because Abdonis' special attack is not great, but it was a good solid hit. Xamdur goes next and gets Magnetic Flux, but that fails since there are no Pokemon with plus or minus on the field. Springbok gets Dive, going for a swim. Does Springbok have to come up for air if he doesn't have a mouth? Does he even breathe? Mr. Dime gets Safeguard. All right, the Entry Hazards will not have to deal with any status conditions for a little while. Abdonis gets Ice Shard. Good physical move onto Xander. And that's a decent chunk of damage there. We'll get to see which of these Pokemon the dive from Springbok targets. Xander moves and gets Harden, bolstering its low defense. Xander intending to stick around for a little while. Dive hits Mr. Dime, does about a third. Let's see what Mr. Dime fires back with, and it's Rollout. Oh, this is excellent for the entry hazards. It is a resisted hit onto Springbok, but it will, oh, it was a crit. Wow, 2 crits already this match, but Rollout will continue to damage. Light Screen for Abdonis. Okay, they've got Safeguard and Light Screen up. Trying to stick around, which is good because Mr. Dime wants to stay here so it can continue rolling out. Roll out for a knockout. Xander gets Poison Fang. It's Mr. Dime. No status conditions thanks to the Safeguard. Springbok gets False Swipe. Won't KO, but might do some decent damage. Mr. Dime roll. Oh, it misses! How unfortunate for the entry hazards. The rollout would have done so much. Cross Poison from Abdonis. Physical move onto Xander. Less damage than I was expecting. Ah, but that's right. Xander has hardened itself. That sounds a little weird out of context. Rock Tomb coming from, but it misses. Springbok gets the next move and gets Wing Attack. If this is onto Abdonis, it's onto Mr. Dime. Still a good chunk of damage. Would have KO'd Abdonis for sure. Mr. Dime gets Echoed Voice, trying to recover from the missed rollout. And all of the Pokemon on the field are getting worn down. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a single KO yet. Mega Drain from Abdonis. Won't do much damage. Is not able to get the KO, but Abdonis will get a bit of HP back. But they would have preferred to take Xander out there. But wow, this is really, the fighting types are in yellow, the psychic types are in red. Might be able to get a KO here. Acrobatics will not be double damage. It is super effective though. And Abdonis holds on! Alakazam's poor physical attack, making it so Abdonis can stick around for another move. Defog, the Light Screen and Safeguard are gone. I think the entry hazards can live with that though, since I think they were getting close to ending anyways. Mr. Dime gets Sand Attack. Are we not gonna see a KO this turn, despite 2 different Pokemon being in red? 3 now, actually, because Abdonis is only at 5. Sludge Bomb, this might KO. Oh, it hit Springbok, did a good chunk of damage, a crit again. Now all 4 Pokemon are in red. If we don't see a KO this turn, I will be stunned. Wild Charge, that's KOing something. Mr. Dime goes down to Xander charging wildly, and the recoil will not take it out thanks to Magic Guard. Springbok gets Blaze Kick, a move it can learn normally, and that's a double KO turn for the Intimidation. A lot of times speed doesn't matter in Metronome, but it mattered that turn. They got to move first, and the entry hazards did not get to move at all. But now Barry and Snackinold come in fully healthy, and they need to get rid of Xander and Springbok quickly before they take too much damage. Intimidation wanting, more defense boosting from Xander. Not really sure that's entirely necessary. Xander is now extremely hard. Springbok, Flying Press, but it misses. Wow, that would have been a ton of damage. The entry hazards are wiping the sweat off their brow. Discharge, this might kill both enemy Pokemon. And it does, but it paralyzes Snackinold. Barry was able to take out both of the Intimidation Pokemon without taking any damage herself, but did some damage and paralyzed Snackinold, who doesn't get to move, but it didn't really matter. Both of the opposing Pokemon were off the field. Now in come Thanatos and Chopper. Two Pokemon that have been incredible for the Intimidation this season. Both have been responsible for at least, I think at least two each, incredibly tight come from behind wins. Extra sensory from Chopper onto Barry, who takes that reasonably well. Barry fires back with an Iron Tail. Oh, but it's on to Chopper, who I believe quad resists it. Thanatos gets to go next and gets Venoshock. Is it onto Barry? No. So it will not be super effective. Snackinold should take this well, and it does. Snackinold not fully paralyzed. Strength! Ooh, but it targeted the Ghost type. That would have been massive stab damage to Chopper. But the entry hazards hit the wrong target. Let's see what Chopper is able to do here. Gets Gravity. So no more floating or flying, and all moves become more accurate. Nightshade from Barry. Ooh, that's a good move. Reliable 50 HP damage. Ooh, that was a big chunk of Thanatos' health. Dusknoir does not have a great HP stat. It has great defense stats. Lock on. And Snackinold is fully paralyzed. This is still anyone's game, though. Everyone's still in the green. Blue Flare from Chopper. This is a strong move. Hits Barry, big damage, and Barry's down into yellow and burned. The entry hazards are now contending with a burn and a paralysis. Fury attack, ooh, another normal type onto the Ghost type. Ghost types are very valuable in Metronome. Nuzzle from Thanatos would have paralyzed Barry if it didn't get burned. Another crit, and Barry is low and burned. It will not stick around much longer unless it gets rest. Skitter Smack from Snackinold, but it is a resisted hit. Bug and Fighting are the only two types to resist each other. Drops Chopper's special attack, but that was a great turn for the Intimidation. All they had to deal with was a Skitter Smack from Snackinold. Let's see what Chopper is able to do here. Light Screen, trying to block some strong special attacks from Barry. Barry will fall to the burn soon if it doesn't heal. Shadow Bone, is that super effective on Thanatos? Nope. Nope, it targets the wrong Pokemon and did almost nothing. Psychic Fangs from Thanatos onto Barry, and that should KO. Yes, it does. It is Snackinold up against Thanatos and Chopper. Seed Bomb, ooh! Onto the wrong Pokemon again. It was big damage, but that would have KO'd Chopper. Wow, the Shadow Bone and Seed Bomb, super effective moves going onto the wrong Pokemon. The entry hazards seem to be choking under the pressure. Thunder Punch, this will do a lot. Did less than I thought. Thanatos gets spit up, but it has not eaten today. Snackinold gets Grudge. That is completely useless because Grudge only does something if it's KO'd, and if it's KO'd, the battle is over. At least it wasn't actively harmful, but it needs to get a KO quickly because it's 2 against 1, and that's a sticky situation to be in. Chopper and Thanatos can speak from experience. Doom Desire. Ooh. Doom Desire is a special attack, right? I don't remember. Thanatos gets Waterfall. Ooh, this is gonna do a good chunk. Yes, it does. Snackinold does not flinch and is not fully paralyzed, but it's getting low. Confide. Snackinold is picking the wrong time to have a chat. Drops the special attack, but that Thanatos' physical attack is what you need to be afraid of. Chopper gets Shell Sidearm, and this is over. And the entry hazards go down. The Intimidation take a 2-0 victory in round 1 of this matchup. You only need to win 1 more to move on. Moving into the second round of this matchup between the 6-seed Entry Hazards and the 3-seed Intimidation. If the Intimidation win this battle, they will be moving on to the semifinals and the Entry Hazard season is over. If the Entry Hazards win, we will move on to round 3. Same leads for both teams. Xander moves first and gets Night Slash. On to the Psychic type. Big damage on Mr. Dime already. Now with the Entry Hazards, want to see. Springbok gets Skull Bash, lowering its head. If it even has a head. What a strange body Hitmonlee has. Can we talk about this? Mr. Dime moves next and gets Pluck. Ooh, somebody is losing their berry. Oh, and it's super effective on Springbok. That was some big damage. Springbok will now only have the base 16 Metronomes, unless it eats somebody else's berry. Wonder Room switching defense and special defense. Since both of the Intimidation are special defensive Pokemon, they just got better defenses. Springbok Skull Bash hits Abdonis and goes it with a crit! Wow! The first round, it took forever to see our first KO, and we just saw one on the second turn. Xander gets Gust onto Mr. Dime. This is a tough spot for the Entry Hazards. Mr. Dime gets Aura Sphere. Who's it targeting? Springbok, and it gets the KO. 2 Pokemon are down already. Looks like this match is going to be quite a bit faster than the last one. Chopper comes in for the Intimidation, and Barry comes in for the Entry Hazards. The Entry Hazards are at a bit of a disadvantage because one of their 3 Pokemon left standing is Mr. Dime, who is low. Xander gets Thunderbolt, strong special move, onto Barry, and it does a lot of damage because Barry's special defense is normally excellent, but the Wonder Room has swapped it. Venom Drench fails from Chopper. I believe the target has to be poisoned. Fairy Wind from Mr. Dime. Will it be onto... Nope, it is not the super effective move, but it does a good chunk of damage. Remember, Xander now has worse special defense. Another Venom Drench. Wow, 2 in 1 turn. What are the chances? Was still a better turn overall. The Intimidation, though. Xander moves against Draco Meteor, but onto the Fairy type. Chopper gets Charge Beam. Then a little beam of electricity onto Barry, and Barry already down to just 40 HP out of 140. Not great for the Entry Hazards. Mr. Dime gets Eerie Impulse. I don't remember what this does. Drops its special attack harshly. Ooh. Xander's best attacking stat is now maybe not. Fairy Lock. A game in past times would have ended this battle, but it does not. What it is doing is preventing any Pokemon from switching out this turn, which means Xander will have to stay in and deal with its harshly dropped special attack for this turn at a minimum. Dragon Darts, both of those will target Mr. Dime because Barry is a Fairy type. Mr. Dime down to red HP. Chopper could get a KO here on either of them. It gets Surf, a stat move. That's gonna hit everyone and KO everyone. Wow, Xander not appreciating the Surf from its teammate, but it might forgive him because it just took out both of the Entry Hazards Pokemon. And once again, it is now Snackinold up against Chopper and Thanatos. Snackinold was unable to clutch it last battle. Let's see if he can perform better this time. Every single Pokemon appears to be completely healthy in regards to HP. Chopper's used some Metronomes, but that's it. Shadow Claw doesn't affect it. Thanatos gets Acid. This probably won't do very much damage. Let's see what Snackinold fires back with. Light Screen. Okay, it's taking a more defensive approach. Something that just occurred to me is that one thing that Snackinold has to deal with if this matchup goes on for a while is that Thanatos has pressure. Anytime one of its moves targets Thanatos, it's gonna lose 2 Metronomes. Electro Ball does not very much damage, thanks to the Light Screen and Snackinold's good special defense. Rock Tomb. Some more damage there. They're wearing away at Snackinold. Snackinold, let's see if he's able to hit back with something. Trick Room. Making himself the fastest Pokemon on the field, okay. Let's see if I mean, it's good for a little bit. It's now the fastest one, gets Growl. All right. Really going with the defensive approach here. Light Screen, Trick Room, and Growl hasn't hit either of the Intimidation's Pokemon yet, which I'm sure the Intimidation are fine with. Zap Cannon misses, as it tends to. Chopper gets Crush Claw. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Did less than I thought. That's right, I forgot about the Growl attack drop. Really is the defensive approach here. Snackinold making it so it takes less damage from hits, but it's not hitting back. Recover! Wow. Snackinold, intent on sticking around, but doesn't seem to have much interest in hitting back. Happy Hour from Thanatos. The entry hazards are glad to see that. Thanatos might be feeling a bit cocky, not sure if it should be. Shift Gear, Chopper making itself faster, which will make itself slower under the Trick Room. Oh, boost attack too. Oh, I forgot that. Okay, now it's back to neutral attack. Charm. What the hell, Snackinold? This is the 5th turn. Snackinold has done no damage to the Intimidation's Pokemon. Not a single hit. Another Happy Hour from Thanatos. They're feeling really cocky. Just chilling here having a beer in the middle of a battle. Play nice. Now, remember how I said this battle looks like it was gonna be a lot faster than the last one? I take that back. Because we are still here in almost the same situation as we were when these 3 Pokemon first hit the field. Magic Coat, wow. Snackinold refusing to attack. Just flat out refusing. Have there been maybe some contract disagreements and this is an act of protest? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but these are strange decisions that Snackinold is making. Power Split from Chopper. I don't know if Power Split cares about stat modifiers or not, so I'm not really sure who that helped. Chopper gets Dig. Ooh, this will be a decent chunk of damage. Chopper is back to... Actually, I think Chopper's now at -2 attack because of the Charm. Thanatos gets Aqua Jet. Physical move here. Snackinold took it very well. Snackinold gets Bone Meringue, but it's on to the wrong Pokemon. Chopper gets the Dig here. Does a bit of damage, not a whole lot. Thanatos gets Cross Chop! Thanatos' favorite clutch move! Huge damage to Snackinold, who holds on though. The attack drops save it here, but it hasn't hit back. Snackinold finally hits back onto the wrong Pokemon. would have been super effective on a chopper. The entry hazards cannot target the right Pokemon today. Crunch, this might end it. No! Snackinold's still around. But at this point, almost any hit could perish. Oh, what? Okay, Snackinold is probably not surviving long enough. But if it does, the entry hazards might win. Snackinold finally gets a Flame Wheel. Onto the wrong Pokemon. But with the Perish Song, what happens if all Pokemon on the field faint to Perish Song at once? Does the slowest Pokemon, the last one to faint, mean they win? I don't know. Entrainment? Ooh. If Snackinold gets hit by a water move, it could heal back up. Is Snackinold gonna have an insane comeback? No, I don't think it is. And the entry hazards are done with, frankly, poor performances by Snackinold and excellent performances by the entire Intimidation's roster. The Intimidation are the highest remaining seed from the first round and will play the Bolt Strikers, they'll play the Shadow Storm in the semifinals. Our next match for this first round of the playoffs are the 4-seed Mavens versus the 5-seed Hive Mind. Both of these teams finished the regular season with 3-4 records, yet when they met in the regular season, the Mavens dominated the Hive Mind with a 4-0 victory. Will history repeat itself, or will a new narrative be written by the Hive Mind? Adventure moves first thanks to Prankster and gets Torment. It targets Chadabra, who now will be forced to switch out after this turn. Oh, well, it's locked into Solar Beam, but it will have to switch out because it would be struggling every other turn then. Gold goes and gets Bolt Strike. Oh, this might kill something. Just on the first turn. Hits Chad, obliterates it. What an incredible first turn move by Gold the Hitmonchan. Gold got the Hive Mind into the playoffs, and it just did a massive hit on the first turn. That was wild. Hellion Spawn being sent in for the Mavens. Now this is an interesting matchup because Hellion Spawn and Adventure both have Prankster and are both dark types, meaning they can't hit each other. Rock Polish. Hellion Spawn boosting its speed, a stat that is unnecessary when it has priority. Adventure goes next and gets Crab Hammer. Ah, that couldn't have hit either of them. But it does target Hopper. Gold gets Terrain Pulse. This will be a normal type hit. Not very much damage. Pardon me. I hydrated too well and now I have a bit of hiccups. Stone Edge from Hopper onto Gold, resists the hit. So not a whole lot of damage there. Not a whole lot done on that turn. Hellion Spawn gets Electrified, but it does not affect Adventure. Dark types cannot be hurt by Prankster. Octazooka, another water move that would not have impacted either Pokemon. Gold gets Acid Spray. And it's super effective, but it's a special move, and Gold doesn't have great special attack. Oh, but it drops Hellion Spawn's special defense harshly. Mavens might want to bench him for a second. Get that stat back. A Volt Switch from Hopper does a bit of damage to Gold. And Hopper's going back. But will probably come back in this next turn so that they can get the special defense of Hellion Spawn back. That is allowed. This is a legal switch. The rules for back-to-back switching only apply to intentional switches, not move-caused switches. So Hopper comes back in, this time on the other side, while Bermuda is completely covering Almost completely covering. Force Palm onto Hopper. Would have done big damage onto Bermuda. Gold gets Tackle, physical move, onto Bermuda. And that did a lot of damage. Only reason it did a small percentage because of its HP stat. Pain Split from Bermuda. Oh no, that's terrible for the Mist Mavens. Gold's back to full. Pain Split takes the average of the Pokemon's current HP and gives it to each of them. Since Bermuda has such high HP, the average was 160, which healed Gold back up. Speaking of healing, Hopper just got healed up by another water move from Adventure. Has it been swimming between the last couple games? Low kick, ooh, stab strong. Fighting move does big damage onto Hopper. Might have KO'd Bermuda. Hopper trying to set up and hone its claws. Wasn't aware it had claws. Those look like very squishy hands, to be perfectly honest. Bermuda gets Thunderbolt. Good special attack here. This might do a good chunk. Onto Adventure, and it does do a good chunk. But the Mist Mavens are definitely up against the ropes here. They've yet to KO a single Pokemon. Bolt Beak! This is gonna be double damage! Onto Hopper, it's super effective, and Adventure takes out Hopper! Wow! Massive electric type KOs from both Gold and Adventure now. Gold gets Shell Sidearm. This will use Bermuda's physical defense, and Bermuda's down! Wow! It is just Hellion Spawn left. The Hive Mind haven't lost a single Pokemon. Both of them are in still green HP. Are the Hive Mind gonna pull off their own 4-0 win to get revenge for the 4-0 loss they had against the Mist Mavens this season? Clear Smog, not enough damage. Mist Mavens are in a dire situation. Crab Hammer can't work. I think Poison Jab, oh, that's super effective. Oh my God. What an insanely dominant performance from the Hive Mind. Seems the Hive Mind are keeping Adventure in just because that means that any attack that Hellion Spawn uses that targets Adventure just doesn't do anything. Water Spout can't hurt Adventure, and it will not do much damage to Gold. Water Spout does more damage the more HP the Pokemon has. Wow, that little was a crit. Yikes. I don't think there's a possible way the Mist Mavens can come back from this. Adventure gets Uproar. Doesn't matter. I don't even know why I'm reading Adventure's moves anymore. Roost, and Gold is gonna get back to full. Wow. This is nasty. I said the Mist Mavens versus Hive Mind match was the most one-sided I've seen. That was because they got in prison. This might be, is this more one-sided? Because the Hive Mind are dominating the Mist Mavens and they haven't even needed in prison. This KO has to come from Gold here unless Adventure switches out, and this should do it. Neutral hit, it's stab. Wow. Round one goes to the Hive Mind in absurdly one-sided fashion. My gosh. And now we're back for round two. If the Hive Mind win this, it is over, and they will be moving on to the semifinals to face the Bolt Strikers. Since the Intimidation won, and therefore are the highest remaining seed, they play the Shadow Storm. The winner of this match plays the Bolt Strikers. Rock Blast from Adventure. 1, 2, twice. Bit of damage, not a whole lot. Chad had an early fall in the last match. I bet Chad is looking to, well, not have that happen this time, and it's starting off by tickling. Tickling is not what we need to be doing here. Encore fails. Must have targeted Hopper. Psyshock! It hits Gold! And Gold is down! A crit, super effective Psyshock. Looks like the Mist Mavens might get their own dominant win this round. Hive Mind got a first turn KO last time, and the Mist Mavens get one this time. In comes Chanel, the Aromatisse. Hive Mind already at a disadvantage. Now the Hive Mind, they can afford to lose this battle. If the Mist Mavens win here, the battle is not over. Like, we would then go to a round 3. The Hive Mind, I'm sure, would want to just end this here. Bind from Chad onto Luna the Clefable, who just came in for Adventure, who was switched out due to its stat drops, I'm assuming. Hopper gets Autotomize, the word that I now know what it means. Shedding part of its body, boosting its speed, and I believe lowering its weight. Chanel gets Skitter Smack. Who's it onto? Ooh, it's onto Hopper. Bit of damage there, drops the special attack. Would have been super effective onto Chad. Mist Mavens dodged a bit of a bullet there. The bind on Luna, I think, traps Luna. Luna cannot switch, but it cannot be harmed by the recurring damage because of Magic Guard. Hopper gets Swords Dance. Special attack is down, but its physical attack is up. Chad gets Rapid Spin. Won't do much damage, but will boost its speed. Probably will not be faster than Hopper, though, due to the Autotomize. Luna gets Dig. To see who this Dig is coming for. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. Future Sight from Chanel onto Hopper, and I think we might be seeing a switch to Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl, Hellion Spawn, will be completely immune to the Future Sight. Hopper is boosted. And they have a little bit before they have to switch, but they might be doing it now because the Dig might be coming for Hopper and might do a lot. The Future Sight might just KO Hopper from this range. So they want to make extra sure it doesn't take that damage. We'll have to throw away the speed and attack boosts, but we'll get its special attack back. Chad gets Blue Flare. Strong special move. This should be some good damage. It is. Chanel's down to just a little bit over half. Doesn't get the burn. Dig onto Chad. Ooh. Mr. Mavens definitely wanted that to go on to Hellion Spawn. That was massive damage to Chad there. Drain Punch from Chanel. Neutral hit. Does a bit of damage there. Looks like about a fifth, maybe a quarter. And Chanel gets some HP back up to about 3/4. Hellion Spawn goes next and gets Takedown. This should be some good solid damage. It's a physical move. Good damage there to Luna. Hellion Spawn does have to take some recoil, but not a whole lot. Let's see what Chad gets, and it's Acid. Oh, this will be super effective. Onto both of them. That was a great move by Chad there. Luna's down to red, Chanel's down to yellow. Luna gets Dragon Rush onto the Fairy type. Would have KO'd Chad, but targeted the wrong Pokemon. Blizzard, Hellion Spawn avoids it, but this might take out Chad. This is a strong move. And it does. Chad goes down. It's now 3v3. The Future Sight comes in, but Hellion Spawn thankfully cannot be hurt by it due to its dark typing. Hopper returns to the field for the Mist Mavens. I believe the Mist Mavens are still at a bit of an advantage due to the HP advantage. It's 3v3, but they have more HP. The Heal Bell, not the time. Hellion Spawn, there are no status conditions on your side of the field. Mega Horn, but it misses. Would have been resisted though, I think. I'm pretty sure Fairy resists Bug. Iron Tail, and Hellion Spawn graciously avoids it. Bug Bite, ooh, somebody's losing their Lepa Berry. And it's Hellion Spawn who's now down to under half. Graciously was not the right word. I guess thankfully for the Mist Mavens. Not, thankfully, for the Hive Mind. Would have been a lot of damage. Mine just KO'd, would have been super effective. Hellion Spawn goes and gets Fire Blast, but it misses again. Wow, missed Mavens with, actually no, with everyone having accuracy problems. Mega Drain onto Chanel doesn't do that much. But Hopper should get some HP back. Gets about 10 back, I see. Luna gets Glaciate. Kirem's move. Icy Wind, but stronger. Hopper takes it well. Hellion Spawn doesn't take it as well. Hellion Spawn getting low. Hasn't been able to deal out that much damage. Hellion Spawn really wants to win this. Hellion Spawn's father, Hellion, was the champion in the MBF. Hellion Spawn wants to reach those same heights. The Mist Mavens are up against the rope, and now everyone's gonna be taking damage. Hellion Spawn's time is running out. Sandstorm just by itself will KO it in a few turns. I think the Mist Mavens are gonna bench Hellion Spawn here. Because it will fall to Sandstorm if they don't. Probably gonna fall to something anyways. Luna, on the other hand, Magic Guard, great ability for Metronome, doesn't really care about the Sandstorm. Just enjoying its day with sand in its eyes. Not harming it, but it's just chilling. Oh, I see the Hive Mind switched out Chanel as well, because Chanel was low. Didn't want Chanel to take that damage. Air Cutter hits both. Critical hit on Hopper. Oh, Hopper's getting down there in the HP. Hopper gets Forest's Curse. This will add the grass typing to Luna, who's now a grass fairy type, effectively. We'll give it some resistances, but also we'll give it some new weaknesses. Adventure goes first now, gets Coil, which will be boosting its attack and accuracy. Trying to set itself up. Oh, attack, defense, and accuracy, excuse me. That's right, Hone Claws is attack and accuracy. Bermuda gets Stomp, but it does not affect the ghost type. Luna gets High Horsepower. Onto Hopper, and takes it out with a crit. Wow. Hopper hit by multiple crits this battle, and the Hive Mind have taken the advantage back. After dealing with a first turn KO, it's now Hellion Spawn who's gonna have to deal with Sandstorm KOing it in just a matter of turns. While Adventure's almost completely healthy. Luna's low, but not taking Sandstorm damage, and then Aromatisse is still in the back. Hellion Spawn gets extreme speed, but against the ghost type. Adventure gets Bullet Seed. Who's it onto? It's onto Bermuda. Oh my God! Another crit! 2 hits? Wow, those do so much due to the attack boost. Wait, is it gonna KO? Oh my God. 4 Bullet Seed hits, one of them a crit, and Bermuda went from mostly full to gone. This battle, unless there's a miracle, will be going to the Hive Mind. Because Hellion Spawn falls to Sandstorm in just, what, 1? Maybe 2 turns? And almost any attack would KO it. Just has to be Luna, because Adventure can't hit it due to Prankster. Hellion Spawn has to heal, and it doesn't. It replaces the damaging weather with another one. Hellion Spawn, I think, just sealed its own fate. Adventure won't be able to hurt Hellion Spawn here. Drain Punch would have KO'd, but the Dark type stops it. But Luna could end this here. And that should do it. The Hive Mind, with a dominant 2-0 victory over the Mist Mavens, will move on to the semifinals and face the still undefeated Bolt Strikers. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for the semifinals of the MML. But that's all I have for now. So until next time, big fans. Gotta catch them all.